ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमतास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमतास्य पद्म पादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोडकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। 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 सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। जगतः सत्यत्वम् अस्ति वा नास्ति वा इति प्रश्ने जगतः सत्यं न अस्ति, ब्रह्मणः पृथक् सत्यं न अस्ति। यथा सर्पस्य अस्तित्वं नास्ति एव रज्जुं विना, रज्जुः एव सर्पस्य अधिष्ठानं भवति। तथा एव ईश्वरः एव जगतः अधिष्ठानं। यावत् जगत् दृश्यते जगतः अधिष्ठानं is Ishwarah. When we come to realize Jagat is Mithya, then we know Ishware Aropitam Jagat. Yata Rajjo Aropitam Sarpaha. Just like the snake is a superimposition on the rope, so too Jagat is a superimposition on Ishvaraha. So that's why it said, Yeti Satyam Bhaved Vishwam Sushupto Upalabhyatam in 233, 34 indeed. So, if it is true, Yeti Satyam Chet Bhaved Vishwam Sushupto Upalabhyatam, Vishwam Upalabhyatam. May the world appear during the sleep also. Yenna upalabhyate kinchit. Since it is not available to us, asat. Swapnavat mrisha. Jagatapi mrisha. Jagrat api mrisha. Swapnavastha api mrisha. So, all of them are asat only. Here, asat to be understood as we saw in the last. Drishtanashta swarupatvat mithya iti bhavaha. Not asat like that of the horns of the she rabbit. I think male rabbit also doesn't have, right? They have? No. In general, rabbit. So, in the same way, it is not asat in that way, because that which is not there at all never be experienced. But it is, since it is subject to experience, therefore it should be understood as mithya. Therefore, drishtanashta swarupatvat mithya iti bhavaha. Idanim brahmya vidirekena jagataha bhavaha nigamayati. Again, it is pointing out through the another set of verses here. Ata pratang nasti jagat paratmanah. Pratak pratitistu mrisha gurhadivat guna. Here it is written guna. So in the Bhashya gunahivat. Okay, anyway, both will take pratak pratitastu mrisha gunadivat. Aropitasyaasti kimartavatta. Atishtanamabhati tata brahmena. Ata pratang nasti jagat paratmanah. Pratak pratitastu mrisha gunadivat. Aropitasyaasti kimartavatta. Adhishtana abadi tada brahmena. Paramatmanah jagat atah paramatmanah pratak jagat nasti. Other than Paramatman, the existence of the world is not there. If it is, that is the case, then how does it appear mrisha? Here, Gunadivati is written, but better is Guna ahivat. Gune ahivat. So, Guna means here, ahi, of course, as you know, Guna is what? Gunaha is Rajjuhu. Ahihi means serpent. So, Gune ahivat. That become Guna ahivat. So, Gune ahivat should be understood as that which is appearing as the snake appearing on the rope. Gune ahivat. Mrisha. Why pratak pratitistu? If it is seen independent of Paramatman, it is as much as seeing the snake independent of the rope. Because we are not seeing that simultaneously. Right? Are we seeing rope and the snake simultaneously? No. Thoda rope and thoda snake. Aisa nahi hai. So if you are seeing the snake, you are not seeing the rope. If you are seeing the rope, you are not seeing the snake. In the same way, it is differently seen when it is pratak pratitistu mrisha. It is mrisha only. Mrisha means false. Aropitasya kim arthavatta asti. Second question is, arthavatta means purpose. What is the purpose, or we can even say consequence? You mean to say the snake that appeared on the rope is biting somebody. Because I have a misunderstanding or illusion of the snake, but the snake cannot bite me. So, right? It cannot have the real nature of a snake. In the same way, aropitasya artavata astiva is there. Why it is not there? Because adhishtanam brahmena tata abadi. It is only adhishtan, substratum appearing as different due to delusion. See, it is like differently to be understood. A mud and the pot has a particular purpose and used, which cannot be done with the mud. With the mud, you cannot bring water. But mud has now appearing as a pot is useful. It has a meaning. It has a purpose. That's why that example is not taken here. So we must understand there is a karya karana sambandha between mud and the pot. Karanam mud, karya is pot. Now can we say in the same way, sarpasya karanam rajjuhu? The difference should be understood. Rajjo aropitam is the snake. But in the case of mud, it is not aropita. It is taken to the form of a pot and the name only is different. It has changed from the condition of being merely a mud. It has become a form as taken up as in the form of a pot. And the pot has a purpose. To bring water or to put something, etc. But in the case of aropita, meaning adhyaropita, which is superimposed snake, has no purpose at all. And it doesn't create consequences. There is no function. There is no kriya. So therefore here it is aropitasya kim arthavatta asti. Is there a purpose? Is there a consequence? Consequence in the sense, usefulness. Consequence is there. The fellow get afraid. That is there. Adaha swapnavat tada upalambha abhavat jagat paramatmanaha brahmanaha pratak nasti vyavahara dashayam pratak gadadi rupena pratitihi guna ahivat gunaha rajjuhu ahihi sarpaha rajjum aropitaha yata mrisha tada jagat api mrishatu mrisha eva ityartha. Just like the superimposition on the rope, the snake is only a mrisha, false appearance. So too, the world is a superimposition on Brahman. In this way, we should understand artha kriya karitva abhavat. Artha meaning purpose, kriya function, karitva, it is not caused. It is not caused by the rajju. Abhavat, mrishatvam, mrishatmatvam aha, aropitasya iti. Aropitasya kalpitasya artavata, prayojanavata, artha kriyakaritvam iti yavat asti kim. Is there a function? Is there a purpose? Is there a cause? Does it become a cause of something? Does it create anything? Karya. Does it have a function? Does it have a purpose? None of them. Na asti eva iti bhavaha. So therefore, tarhi kutaha pratiti ataha. Then how is that, or for what reason it is appearing? Adhishtanam abhadi tata brahmena. Adhishtanameva abhadi. Only the substratum is appearing as different. So, nahi brahmastale prayojana अन्वे प्रयोजन गवेषेण विफल प्रवृत्तेः सिद्धत्वात्. So if you start understanding, or if you start questioning the purpose of the snake, doesn't end in any positive result, right? Because as I said, artha, kriya and karya is not there. So too we must apply here. Jagatah artham kya hai? Artham kim? Many people ask this question, no, why did Lord create this world? No purpose. Because it itself is a projection. Why are you looking for a purpose here? So from the highest Vedanta standpoint, Jagat being an illusion, for illusory appearance, you cannot ask for purpose. That's what he says. Brahmastale prayojana gaveshana. Looking for a purpose in the illusory appearance is vipala pravritte siddhatvat. It is becoming a futile endeavor. But then, since we are not very convinced about Jagat being Mithya, we always keep asking this question, what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of a life in the world? From the highest standard point, the Mahatma would say, smile and say, nothing. Because it itself is Brahma. Brahma, and then the Brahmastale, in that world of illusion, what purpose you are looking at? Entertainment purpose only. See, like if I go to a magic show, what is the purpose? To have fun. That's all it is. To have fun and go home. Because even though you are enjoying the entire event, maybe 2-3 hours, is just making you fool. You pay the money to make yourself fool. Right? At the end of it, what did you get? I got fooled. That's all it is. Entertainment. Bas. Kuch nahi hai. What else it is? Passing time. Pastime. Time pass. Yeah. So, Dृष्टान्तरेण Jagatah Brahma Vidirekam Dridayati. In another example also he gives here in verse number 236. Prantasya yatyat brahmata pratitam Brahmaiva tattat rajatam hi shuktihi Idantaya Brahma Sadeva Rupyate Tvaropitam Brahmani Nama Matram Prantasya yadyad Brahmada Pratitam Brahmaiva tattat rajatam hi shuktihi Idam taya Brahma Sadeva Satrupyate Tvaropitam Brahmani Brahma Matram. Yatyat Brantasya Brahmatah Pratitam. Prantasya, of the person who is under delusion, Yatyat, whatever it is, Brahmataha means Brahmanat, due to the delusion, Pratitam, appearance happens. Tattad, all that of them are all Brahmaeva. Even that which is illusorily appearing to be there in the case of a person who is deluded, that also is Brahman only. इसका मतलब ये हुआ जगदपि ब्रह्मैव. So that's why they said जगद ईश्वर. When you say जगत न ईश्वर, जगत का ईश्वर नहीं है वो, जगत ही ईश्वर है. ये ऐसा भक्तिमान लोग जगत का वो व्यतिरिक्तत्व न पश्यन्ति, जगदेव ईश्वरः इति पश्यन्ति ते. वासुदेवम idam sarvam. Idam sarvam vasudeva edi. Samahatma sudurlabha. So Jagat प्लस ईश्वर नहीं है, जगत का ईश्वर नहीं है, जगत ही ईश्वर है। ब्रह्मैव तत्, लाइक व्हाट, रजतम ही शुक्ति ही। What is rajatam? What is the silver? It is shukti only. It is the shell alone is now seen as silver. There is no shell causing the silver. Shell is different from the silver. Shell is away from the silver. It's a nahi. So Brahma eva jagat rupena tashyati. That's what Bhagavan Vishnu Bhagavan Krishna shows himself. मैं ही विश्व हो। विश्व रूप दर्शन में वो दिखाते हैं कि मैं ही विश्व है। This is me only. There is nothing different than me. So that's why it is said that maya tadamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtyana mastani sarva bhutani nachaham teshu avastitah nacha mastani bhutani. Mastani na mastani. Mastani bano, mastani. There is nothing else. And idam taya. So when we say the word, we say idam jagat. The difference between aham and idam is what? Idam is something other than me. Aham is me. So now the world is seen as idam. Right? This. Aham is I. The world is this. So it includes this body also. When I say this body or this mind, idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate. That's what Bhagavan says in 13th chapter. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate etat yo veti tad prahuhu kshetrajna iti tatvidah. So yat idam taya, what appears to be idam as this, Brahma sada eva drishyate rupyate. There are two versions, sadaiva and sadeva. I don't know which version you have in the book. Sadaiva. So then it becomes sada eva. Here it is, the Bhasha it is sadeva. That means sat eva. So one is sat, Brahma sat eva rupyate. As existence is always appearing as this world. Or if you say sada, sadaiva, then Brahma sada eva rupyate idantaya. Always it is in the form of this world. So what is that which is independently, if you see other than Brahman, what it is? Aropitam tu. To aropitam Brahmani, whatever is aropitam is nama matram. It's only a name. Part is only a name. Mud is the reality. In the same way, nama matram aropitam nama matram. Whatever is superimposed, it is nama matram. So, prantasya brahmataha yatyat praditam tattat adhishtanabhudam brahmeva hi yasmat shukti ajnanat shukto bhatam rajatam shuktireva tada brahmani aropitam vastutaha vicharyamanam brahma sadeva idantaya rupyate tattu nama matram. So, yasmat shukti ajnanat, because of the absence of the knowledge of the shell, shukto bhatam rajatam. Just like a person looks at the silver alone, actually shuktireva tada. Shuktireva. It is, even if he touches that silver, he is touching actually shukti only. In the same way, the jagat you are experiencing or even touching, you are touching Brahman. So, where are you in touch with? I am in touch with Brahman all the time. So that is the awareness of a Mahatma. Uske bina koi nahi hai. Vasudeva sarvamiti. So tada Brahmani aropitam vastutaha vicharyamane. When you think about it, contemplate, Brahma sadeva idantaya rupyate. whatever is even referred as idam, this, as though is different from Nam, tattu nama matram. And it is in Chandogya Upanishad, it says, Vacharambana Shrute. Vacharambanam Shrutika mean Mrityeva Satyam, na Gataha Satyam, Mritika Eva Satyam. That way, it is taught in the Chandogya Upanishad. So, now continuing here, Chadurbihi in 4 verses next from 237 to 240, it's about Brahmanaha Swarupam. Atah param brahma sadatvidiyam.
Atah param brahma sadatvidiyam.
Vishuddha vijnana ganam niranjanam.
Vishuddha vijnana ganam niranjanam.
Prashantamadhyanta vihinam akriyam.
Prashantamadhyanta vihinam akriyam.
Nirantaranantara saswarupam.
Nirantaranandara swarupam.
Nirastamaya krita sarvamedam.
Nirastamaya krita sarvabhedam.
Nityam sukham nishkalamaprameyam.
Nityam sukham nishkalamaprameyam.
Arupam avyakta manakyam avyay Arupam avyakta manakyam avyayam.
Arupam avyaktam anakyam avyayam.
Jyotisvayam kinchididam chakasti.
Jyotisvayam kinchididam chakasti.
Atah param brahma satatvidiyam. Vishuddha vijnana ganam niranjanam. Prashantamadhyanta vihinam akriyam. Nirantaranandara saswarupam. Nirastamaya krita sarvabedam. Nityam dhruvam nishkalamaprameyam. Arupam avyaktam anavyam avyayam. Jyotisvayam kinchididam chakasti. Nakyam. Ataha, therefore, thus Param Brahma Sat. It is of the nature of pure existence, Advitiyam, non-dual. Vishuddha Vijnana Ganam, it is of the nature of mass of pure knowledge. Niranjanam, untouched by any pollution. Prashantam, peaceful. Adyanta Vihinam, no beginning or end. Avikriyam, changeless. Nirantara Ananda Rasaswarupam, of the nature of supreme bliss, continuous bliss. Nirasta Maya Krita Sarva Vedam, devoid of all the various differences created by the Maya. Nityam, eternal. Dhruvam, Dhruvam is steadfast. Nishkalam Aprameyam, Nishkalam, sparkless. Aprameyam, incomparable. Arupam, formless. Avyaktam, unmanifest. Anakyam, nameless. Avyayam, without perishing, imperishable. Jyotisvayam, by itself the nature of brilliance. Kinchit, idam chakasti, something that is there as this. And this is meaning what? Kinchit idam chakasti. It is that which is shining itself on its own brilliance. Now, these are all beautiful pointers for our contemplation. Because many times, when this is not there, these kind of pointers are not there, people say, ध्यान में बैठ के क्या सोचना है? This is the problem with people who do not have the background of scriptures. They may quieten the mind, but forcefully, and after that what happens? सोचने का कुछ नहीं, सो जाता है. You will sleep only. Right? So forceful quitting the mind is not what is expected of the person. Even as the thoughts subside because of contemplation, slowly, one is to assert the nature of Brahman, and thereby one is able to maintain the stream of single thought until one gets into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So in the Dakshinamurti Stotram also we saw today, Ahankaraha Trivida, three types of Ahankar hai. One is called Nirvikalpa Ahankar. Second is known as Shuddha Ahankar. Third one is called Malina Ahankar. In the Nirvikalpa Ahankar, it is where a person with complete elimination of thoughts, because complete elimination of avidya, like that of the space which is devoid of dust and darkness, clouds, and smoke. How the space is devoid of all this is absolutely clear. That is the nature of Nirvikalpa Akashavat, Nirvikalpa Ahankar. That is a total experience of Brahman. And then Shuddha Ahankar is where Vichara Samaye, at the time when a person is doing a Vichara in the form of what? Deha, Mana, Indriya, Buddhi, Ahankara, Naham. I am not any of this. Iti Vichara Samaye, Nakshetraihi Avrutam Akashaha Drishyate. So, the sky studded with the stars, no doubt, but in and between all the stars, you can still see Akash. Right? In the same way, one can get a glimpse of Brahman through the Vichara upon elimination of identification with the body, etc. Malina Ahankar, on the other hand, is where one is continuously identifying oneself as Deha, Indriya, Mana, Buddhi, etc. How a space which is darkened cannot be even have any avakasha. You can't even see it. Because dark space is as good as nothing to see there. In a dark space, what do you see? Nothing. In the same way, when a person is totally identified with his individuality, you cannot see even a glimpse of Brahman. It's not totally available, completely not available. So here, the pointers are for Vichara. Param Brahma, Sat, Advitiyam, and then Vishuddha, Vijnanaganam, Niranjanam, Prashantam, Adyanta Vihinam, Akriyam, Nirantara Ananda, Rasaswarupam, Nirasta Maya Krita Sarva Bhedam, Nityam, Dhruvam, Nishkalam, Aprameyam, Arupam, Avyaktam, Anakyam, Avyayam, Jyotihi, Swayam, Inchit, Idam, Chakasti. It is shining there now. अत जगतः पृथक् सत्ता शून्यत्वात् आरोपिततया नाममात्रत्वात् param. It is always remaining as pure, absolute. At the present moment, it is only obscured by the superimposition. Brahma abhadyam vichadiyarahitam. It is what do you call that? It cannot be falsified ever. Abhadyam. Nirvishaya Vijnana Shariram. That very nature of this knowledge is without any object. Gurudev used to say objectless awareness. See, we always are aware of something or the other. That's what I was saying today. So, see, anytime have we ever experienced ourselves not identified with any of the Deha, Mana, Buddhi? That is why one of the important values that are prescribed for a sadhaka is in 13th chapter of Gita, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. Solitude mein रहना अवश्य है. Every day, some time, one has to remain as a soul. That's a solitude is what? Soul attitude. I am a soul. Nothing else. Saham na bharta, na ham bharya, na putraha, na putri, na brother, not brother, not a sister, not a neighbor, not a person, not even human. Aham atma. Idi vivikta deshe sukhasanastha. Person sitting in solitude must again and again and again. Then only we can see this. Ajnana asprishtam. It is untouched by ajnan, aparinami, janmanasha rahitam, amrutam, akhandananda vigraham, of the nature of infinite bliss, nirasta maya kritaha sarva vedaha, devoid of all the differences created by maya, yasmat yasmin ati iti va nirbedam sajadiya swagata beda shunyam. It does not have any difference between itself, it not having difference between other, swagadava sajatiyava. Adyanta vihinatvat nityam. So it is each one word is connected to each one. So niranjanam, prashantam, because it is unpolluted, it is peaceful. Adyanta vihinam, it beginningless, endless, therefore akriyam. Because that which does not have beginning or end, all pervading, cannot have any kriya. Akriyam. And nirantaram, with no difference at all. Nirantaram. And nishkalam, dhruvam, kutastam, niravayam, yaprameyam, palavyapti rahitam, arupam. See, palavyapti rahitam means where a person does not objectify it. Vritti vyapti followed by phalavyapti is where a person is able to objectify that experience. This is it, that I know. This way you cannot point out as this experience of Brahman as this I know. Because anything else, when I see a pot, the vritti of the pot takes place. As we saw, Chidabhasa is bringing that vritti and then shines it as this is pot. That's objectifying. In this way, Brahman is not a thing to be objectified. Therefore, vritti vyapti takes place, phala vyapti rahitam, or it cannot be known as an object. Arupam, ashabdam asparsham arupam avyayam iti shrutehe na chakshusha grihyate iti adeshcha. It cannot be seen. Ataha eva avyaktam, unmanifest. Vag agocharatam aha anat rupam iti. Nama shunyam pravritti nimittanam jadi guna kriya sambandhanam abhavat. It does not have any jati, any gunas and kriya, activity. Avyayam na vyeti iti avyayam apakshaya rahitam. It does not decay. Jyotihi swayam para prakashyam kinchit idam aparoksham chakasti prakashate. Kinchit idam aparoksham, which is not having any media through which you must realize this. Aparoksham kinchit idam chakasti prakashate. So these are the pointers to Brahman, continuing in the same point of the nature of Brahman. Jnatrugnyeya jnana shunyam anantam nirvikalpakam kevala kanda chinmatram param tattvam vidurbudaha Jnatrugnyeya jnana shunyam anantam nirvikalpakam Kevala Chinmatram Param Tattvam Vidurbudaha. Budaha Tattvam Viduhu. Param Tattvam Viduhu. Budaha, people who have understood this and also meditated and realized this, those people, Param Tattvam Viduhu, they know. What they know it as? Jnatru Jnaya Jnana Shunyam. It is devoid of knower, knowable, and knowledge. Jnatru, meaning the knower, Jnayam, not an object. When there is a knower and then there is no knower and knowable, there is no subject and object, there is no transaction. Correct? Any transaction is between a subject, the knower, and the object, knowable, then only the experience of knowing takes place. So, sometime when we tell somebody you are a Jnana Shunyam, it is, then he'll say, I am Brahman actually. Jnana Shunyam is Brahman. So, Jnana Shunyam means it is not a knowledge of something. Because any knowledge or experience should have, as Gurudev said, knower should be there. Jnatra. Then Jnayam, object of knowing. So this is devoid of Jnatra, Jnanam and Jnayam. So Jnatra, Jnaya, Jnana Shunyam. So it is to be understood that way. Anantam, infinite. Nirvikalpakam, we have seen all this before itself. So that is Jagat Kartrutva, sorry, here, sorry. Kinchitam Samraksham Nishchalataya. So, Jnatraha. Tatra Tatra Shruti Uktani Tavanti Visheshane Punaraha Jnatru Jnana Jnaya Shunyam Vitriputi Rahitam Tatra Hetuhu Anantam Paricheda Traya Shunyam Iti. Paricheda Traya Shunyam, meaning it does not have Desha Kala Vastu Paricheda. It is not conditioned by time, space and causation, therefore it does not have the triputi. And Ataeva Nirvikalpakam. Then Kevala Akanda Chinmatram. Sarva Upadi Sambandha Vitura Parichinna Jnana Egarupam Param Tattvam Buddhaha Viduhu. So it is not mixed with any of the Upadi. Sarva Upadi Sambandha Vidura. Vidura means mixture. Mixing with, associated with any of the, none of the Upadis. Therefore, it is Nirvikalpakam, Aparichinna, Jnana Ekarupam. It is of pure knowledge, Param Tattvam Buddhaha Vidhu. How do they know? So that is also said, in what way Kevala Akanda Chinmatram Param Tattvam Viduhu Buddhaha. How do they know it as? What do they know it as? It is said, Aye Aheyam Anupadeyam Mano Vacham Agocharam Aprameyam Anadyantam Brahma Purnamaham Mahaha Aheyam Anupadeyam Mano Vacham Agocharam Aprameyam Anadyantam Brahma Purnam Mahan Manaha Purnamaham. Here Mahan Manaha is written in the Bhashya, but in CCMT Purnam Aham Mahaha. We'll see that. So, Aheyam. Heya means that which can be given up. And Upadeyam means that which can be taken. So it can never be given up. Offload and download, both are not possible. Upload and download is not possible. Anupadi. Upadhyam means upload and download actually. You have to download from somewhere. And download. Then offload means to give up. AM is offload. Upadhyam is download. In total nowadays in the AI world, we have to use those kind of words. It cannot be acquired, it cannot be given up. Have you ever given up yourself? You may say, I give up my mind, I give up my thought, but what can you give up? So, to give up someone, you must be someone. Whatever you give up must have a precondition is something must be there you are, which only can give up something else. Right? If I am X, then I can give up everything else. But that which you are, can you give up? The essence of you, the original you, which has acquired the misunderstanding, I am the body, etc., those can be given up. But one who is giving up everything cannot be given up. That which can never be given up, that is you. Therefore, aheyam anupadeyam. Neither you give up, nor secondly, you cannot acquire it from somewhere else. It cannot be got from anywhere else. Since it is not givable, not able to be given up, not even it can be taken from anybody else, therefore you will never lose it. That is what the beauty of this aham. You can never give up, nor you can get it from anywhere else. Aheyam anupadeyam. So, it is said swatmatvena aheyam anupadeyam, because you are being yourself. Manovacham agocharam. It is not possible to be comprehended by the mind or by the speech. Aprameyam shravana manana nididhyasana samskrita mano vritti vyaptam. This is very important. If I cannot give up, nor I can take it from someone, and also it cannot be known through the mind and speech, then how do I come to experience it? That is said here as Shravana Manana Nididhyasana Samskrita Mano Vritti Vyaptam. As the Vritti Vyaptam here means not Palavyaptam as we saw. Palavyapti doesn't take place. Vritti Vyapti takes place, and that Vritti Vyapti also taking place because of the purity of mind gained through Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. So, because any time when the mind is impure, it always would objectify that state. That is the impurity of the mind, trying to objectify an experience. So, when it is attempt to experience the Brahman, also it is trying to objectify it. But when the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanena, through the listening, reflection, and meditation, Manam Pakvam Yadi, Manaha Pakvam Yadi, when the mind has become so ripe, Vritti Vyapti Eva Sambhavati Na Palavyapti. It can recognize its experience as subjective and does not engage in objectifying it. That is the reason why in the Upanishad it is said, Yasya Madam, Tasya Madam, Madam Yasya Na Vedasaha. One who knows that it cannot be known, knows. One who thinks that he knows, knows not. Yasya Madam, Tasya Madam. Madam yasya na vedasaha. Ajnanam what is it? Vijnadam avijanatam. Vijnadam avijanatam. One who thinks he knows, he does not know. So, that's why the student says, Naham manye suvedeti, no na vedeti, vedacha. I don't think I know. Not that I don't know. I know. Oh, yeah, one who knows this way, he knows. Yo yasnas tveda yat tad veda, no na vedeti vedacha. One who knows what I am talking about, he knows what I am talking about. So, because the teacher should not think that he doesn't know. At the same time, he cannot tell the teacher, I know. Do you know? Sort of. Sort of means what? Not that I don't know, I know. Not that I know it. So he cannot neither say I don't know, because he knows, nor he can say no, because the teacher would think that is you're intellectualizing. So that is the reason it is said, Aprameyam Shravana Manana Nididhyasana Samskrita Mano Vritti Vyaptam Anadyantam Kala Desha Paricheda Shunyam Anadi Anantam. So that is also said here. Aprameyam Anadyantam Brahma Purnamaham. So I am the complete Brahman. Purnam Mahat. Suryadivasakam. It is that which can even gives the shine for the sun. Maha Jyotihi. Maha means Jyotihi Brahma iti tat padartha shesham shodhanam. So here the tat padartha shodhanam. This is a clarity about the same tvam alone, that which is experienced as antar jyoti eva, that which is shining, the sun also. So that which is the essence of the tvam is the essence of the tat. So the next verse about tattvapada. So mahat means mahaha. Here in this case is mahaha means purnamaham. I am the complete one, and it is at the same time it is brilliance and glory, because it is even Suryasya abhijyotihi. Suryadi vasakam. Mahaha. It is that even shines the sun also. Padartho shodayitva vakyartho vaktum arabhate. Now, having explained tat and tvam pada artha, now continuing on this point, tatto art explanation, that is tattvamasi. So, tatvam padabhyam abhidiyamanayoho.
Tattvam padabhyam abhidiyamanayo.
Brahmatmano shodhitayor yadittam.
Brahmatmano shodhitayo yaditam.
Shrutyatayostattvamasiti samyak.
Shrutyatayo sattvamasiti samyak.
Ekatvameva pratipadyate muhuhu.
Ekatvameva pratipadyate muhuhu.
Aikyam tayor lakshitayor navachyayoh.
Aikyam tayor lakshitayor navachyayoh.
Nigatyatantyonnya viruddha dharminoh.
Nigadyate nyonya viruddha dharminoh.
Katyodhamanor iva rajabhrutyayoh.
Svatyotamano vivarajavrityayoh.
Kupamburashyo paramanumeva.
Upamurasho paramanumeva.
Tattvam padabhyam abhidiyamanayoh. Brahmatmano shodhadayor yaditam. श्रुत्या तयोस्तत्त्वमसीति सम्यक् एकत्वमेव प्रतिपाद्यते मुहुः ऐक्यं तयोर्लक्षितयोर्न वाच्ययोः निगत्यतेऽन्योन्यविरुद्धधर्मिणोः सत्योदमान्वोरिवराजभृत्ययोः कूपाम्बुराश्यो परमाणुमेव. Okay. Here, Tattvamasi iti vakye, Vakyartham and Lakshyartham, which we have studied in Vedanta Sara. You cannot take literal meaning of Tat and Tvam. Tattvam padabhyam abhidiyamanayoho, that which is indicated, abhidiya, indicated or named in the form of Tat and Tvam pada. Tattvam padabhyam abhidiyamanayoho, which are those Brahma Atmanoho, Tat Brahma, and then Tvam Atman, Brahmatmanoho, Shoditayoho, which is now being clarified very clearly. Yat Ittam, that which is in the form of this is. How do we come to know about the Asit nature? Tayoho Shrutya Tattvamasi Samyak Ekatvamena Muhuhu Pradipadyate. Again, the Vedic statement is bringing about oneness of this Tat and Tvam. That is the oneness of the Lakshyartha of Tat and Tvam, not Vachyartha. Because these two words indicating only the same thing, while the word by itself is Tat is not Tvam. There is Viruddha Bhava. There is definitely Viruddha Dharma. That is not this, because the moment you say that, it is not this. This is closer, that is later or far. Physically, that which is far is called that. Physically, that is closer is called this. In the time that is away in the past, it is called that. In the time that is present is called this. Isn't it? That which is unknown is always referred as that. That which is known is referred as this. So in every part, every aspect of, if you take literal sense, it obviously is Viruddha Dharma. So that is, if you take the Vachyartha, it will not be definitely equal. Therefore, what is the Shruti is doing? Shruti is pointing out the essence. Ekatvameva pradipadyate samyak. Tattvamasi iti samyak pradipadyate. So, Tattvamasi iti atra tatpadena tvampadena cha jagat kartrutvadi vishishtatvena tat. So, tat is nothing but the reference to Ishvaraha, who is jagat kartrutvadi vishishtatvena. Literal sense is that which is referring to Ishvara, who is the creator of the universe. And Jagradadi avastha vishishtatvena tvam. What is Tvam? Is none other than the one who is subject to experiencing waking, dream, deep sleep, etc. Right? So, cha abhidiyamanayoho, shaktya bodhyamanayoho, brahmatmanoho, brahmacha atma cha brahmatmano, tayoho ishvara jivayoho. What is referred here as Brahman and Atman, Tat and Tvam, also again Ishvara and Jiva, Ittam Purvokta Prakarena Shoditayoho, that which has been purified, clarified. In other words, Shodita means also cleaning or purifying or clarifying here. And what way it is clarified? That is taking the only the pada and the lakshyartha and not the vachyartha. That is the purification. That is the clarification that is brought in by the Shruti. Therefore, Tattvamasi iti Shrutya tayoho kevala chinmatrayoho ekatvameva muhuhu navakrutvaha छान्दोक्ये एतादृशयोः भेदे मान अभावात् सम्यक् प्रतिपाद्यते. 9 times the Uddalaka Muni pointing out to Shvetaketu. Navakrutvaha, 9 times is pointing out what? Tad Aikyam iti Uttarena Sambandha. That what is Aikyam? That is given the next word. Tad Aikyam. Aikyam is the first word in the next verse. As we see, Aikyam Tayoho Lakshitayoho. That is what it says. In the Lakshana part of it, or Lakshya part of it, sorry. The Lakshya part of it, what is indicated is the Aikyam. Aikyam Tayoho Lakshitayoho Na Vachayoho. Not the literal sense. Nigatyate Anyonya Viruddha Dharminoho. Apparently they are, by nature, if you take the Vachyartha, they are definitely Viruddha Dharmin. Each one of them have got definite qualities when you take the Vachyartha. Like what? Kadyoda Banvoriva. Like a little firefly versus sun. Can you compare these two? One little firefly has got limited little light only, whereas Surya, in the same way, Raja Brutyayoho, like a king and a servant. King has the mighty power over everybody in the whole country, and his servant. He has a very limited power given by only that king. How can you compare these two? Kupa Amburashyoho, like a small well and a huge ocean. Paramanu Mervoho. And how can it be an atom versus the huge earth? How can there be any comparison? So, obviously, when you take a Vachyartha, there is Viruddha Dharminoho. That's what it is said here. Kinchit Nyatva Sarvajnatva Vishaye Drishtantaha Katyodabanvoriva iti Adipparichinna Aparichinna Prakashakatvat. So, obviously, this firefly has got a limited light, only to lighten the light itself, whereas Surya has got unlimited power, presence and power. Niyamya Niyamaka Bhava Vishaye, in the Niyamya and Niyamakaha. Niyamakaha, one who is commanding, and the one who is commanded. Bhava Vishaye Rajabhrutyayoriti Drishtantaha. When it comes to that which is being controlled and that which is the controller. Drishtantah. Bhishasmat ityadi shrudehe. Bhishasmat vadapavate. Bhishadute suryaha in Taittiriya Upanishad. On Kathopanishad also. Therefore, Anandalesha apara Ananda Vishaye, in comparison with the experience of bliss and the very abode of the infinite bliss, it is like Kupa Amburashayoriti. With respect to the individual's joy and Brahmananda. Vishayananda versus Brahmananda. It is like a little drop of water or a well water versus whole ocean. Ekadeshagatatva sarvagatatva vishaye paramanu mervoho iti. That which is in the form of anu, which is ekadesha, and sarvagatatva vishaye, in all pervading, it is like an atom and the earth. Evam anyonya viruddhau aikya yogyayo, aikya ayogyayo, there cannot be any possibility of being same. Yo dharminau gatayoho anyonya viruddha dharminau vachayoho tayoho jiveshwaro aikyam na nigadyate bhaditatvat. Definitely there cannot be in Vachyartha, can there be any comparison between the two Tattantvam, because by the direct meaning they are of the opposite qualities. Kintu Lakshitayoho Lakshanavritya bodhitayoho, when it is pointed out as a lakshya or the indirect meaning, not direct meaning, then nigatyate, it can be declared upakramadi linga avagata tatparya anusarena katyate ityartha. It can be pointed out in the very introduction of itself, upakrama, meaning the very purpose of this entire process is to bring about the teaching of oneness, which is the very purpose of the Upanishads. If it's see, I am different from the world, and nobody need to teach me that. Do you know that the world and you are different? Is it a teaching? You don't need to teach me that. I know it. What we do not know is what is to be taught with the Upanishads. The Aikyatum is what we don't know. So that is what is pointed out. That is the reason why the Vachyartha should not be taken. Lakshyartha is to be understood from the Upanishad Vakya. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkhabhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.